Hello and welcome to my Career Passport Reflective video. My name is EGill. As you can see, I'm not a fresh-faced uni student straight out of high school with high hopes and dreams for an exciting, fulfilling career ahead. I'm a mature student returning to complete a Bachelor of Commerce degree I started a few years ago. I've been working for the past 15 years, both in Australia and Europe, in various industries such as construction, IT consulting, marketing and advertising. I've always been good with numbers, which led me down the path of accounting and finance. As a graduate, I started my career with an entrepreneur who at the time had different businesses, export-import of high-end fashion products, a theatre and hotel in one of Europe's capital cities, and a property portfolio to die for. The finance team worked across all the various businesses and were required to be very adaptable and knowledgeable of each of the businesses. This adaptability has been one of my greatest assets as I move to different roles and different countries. It was an incredible skill to gain fresh out of university. I grew up with the idea that a career was for life. If you trained to be a carpenter or an accountant, that's what you would do for life. The idea of having different careers throughout your life was unheard of. When the global pandemic happened in 2020, I, as I'm sure countless other people who had their lives turned upside down would agree, life as we knew it had changed drastically. I personally took this downtime to reflect on my career and start to question if the path I was on was the right one for me. Is this my passion? Where do I see myself in 5 to 10 years? Is this what I want to do until I retire? While all the industries I worked in were fun and exciting, where I've made lifelong friends and colleagues, they lacked the social conscience and fulfillment that I craved. With this in mind, I began to research opportunities where I could combine my skills and experience with my moral values and where I can give back to the community. This started my return to study, and Curtin was the best fit for me due to the flexibility of online courses. What would I need to change to enable me to lead a more fulfilling work life and to feel that I was giving back to my community? One of the first things I did when I started at Curtin was to complete an employability study. This showed my basic rhetorical, ethical, culture and social literacy was very good. However, my emotional, personal and critical literacy needed a bit of work. I did the same test at the end of this particular course, and I was very surprised to see the results had changed. I thought over the course of time between the tests, the results would be unchanged. I don't feel any different than how I felt when I started the course, so in theory, my results should be the same. I was pleased to see that from my initial report, my personal and emotional literacy had greatly improved. I was amazed to see how over a short period of time, through further learning and interaction with my fellow classmates, how my thoughts and beliefs can change. In this course, we were encouraged to develop a range of tools, including critical thinking and reflection. While I would use critical thinking throughout my working life to help solve problems, I would rarely consciously reflect on my day or on a particular project to identify what went well, what improvements I could make, or what did I learn. This particular course, Enhancing Your Business Mind, has contributed significantly to this change. This is my first time studying solely online. I must admit I struggled initially with the concept. I tend to be a quick learner and absorb more content when working in a group face-to-face. I'm very good at reading the room and learning from the interactions with other people. With online teamwork, I found it difficult in some team activities to make the bond that would work collaboratively with other people. It is easier to sit back and not participate when you can't be seen and you can't feel the energy in the room. Over a number of weeks, when put into various different groups to discuss different topics, I realized I would have to adapt and change my mindset and to develop a number of skills to get the type of interaction from an online group that I would get from a face-to-face group. I began to understand the frustration of lecturers when they pose a question and get zero response. I decided to be proactive, call out each team member of the group, engage their level of interaction, and that would help me determine the level of energy that I would need to bring to a particular group to have a successful outcome. This method seemed to work well and encourage other members to follow suit. By the end of the course, I feel I was contributing more collaboratively with the other team members, and we were having engaging and robust discussions. I realised that many other skills I've gained in this course, in particular, that I've already started to use in my working life. The Gaddy pitch, for example. While I've been involved in many pitches over the years, it's always been about a service or product that I'm very familiar with and was rehearsed to the point that years later I could still recite the pitch word for word. My first Gaddy pitch in this course I had prepared and rehearsed, only to be given a curveball of having to pitch someone else's idea with minimum time and understanding and rehearsal. This was a bit of a shock, I must admit. However, it's enhanced my agile thinking skills, and it is something I've already begun using in my current job. I've begun to see in my current job the benefits of what I've learned so far and how I can begin to change and transition from industries that are purely focused on profit to where I can elicit change. Many companies today are becoming increasingly aware of their social and community footprint and their impact on the planet and how they can through small changes, make a difference. One plastic manufacturer I researched is recycling existing plastic materials into new products to limit the production of new plastic items which would ultimately have been put into landfill and is less harmful to the environment. I've started researching through various social media networks such as LinkedIn and accounting bodies. How can I use my current skills and my future studies to help companies become more sociably responsible to the community and maybe to the planet? I hope my future self will benefit from the sacrifices and the changes I'm making now to enable the future me to have a more balanced and fulfilling career. Like the past 15 years working has taught me anything, it's that life is very short. It goes by in a flash. Why not do something that you love and can make a difference to not only you but to others? I've always been a believer in the benefits of education and travel as the best way to understand life and cultures and to be able to add value to your life. I'm very lucky to be in a position I can achieve both. It can be daunting to put yourself out there, to take up a new career or to return to study when you're surrounded by 19 and 20-year-olds. It's hard to be an online student. I miss the interaction you get being on campus and seeing people in lectures, tutorials and socially. However, the benefits achieved through further study, particularly as a mature student, is immeasurable. I understand the phrase, youth is wasted on the young. There are many advantages to returning to study with having achieved some life and work experiences. Personally, I feel you will get more out of your studies as a mature student. In conclusion, I would like to thank you for your time watching my video. Apologies for my lack of creativity. Maybe this could be my next career option. Thank you.